Jason Town with Photo Diaries. How you doing?
Oh, this is the guy I've been looking for. I love you, man. I love everything you do.
Hey, back at you.
The greatest and most uniquely American of rights. And I say this in front of the seat of the government. It is the right to be left alone. If rights come from the government, then the government, by ordinary legislation or presidential decree, can take them away. But if the rights come from our humanity, then unless we violate someone else's natural rights, the government cannot take our rights away. This is not just a Democrat, uppercase D, or Republican, uppercase R problem. It is a problem with government today. There's a Republican version of big government just as assaultive to our liberties, and there's a Democrat version of big government. Why should the government be able to spy on us? We should be able to spy on them. When some judge is rationalizing away our liberty, or some congressman is plotting to take your freedom or your tax dollars, we should know what they do every minute that they do it. The camera is the new gun. There's nothing the government dislikes more than the light of day and cameras recording what the government is doing, whether it's on a street corner or in there or in Washington, D.C. We have the right to know everything that they do and why they do it and when they do it and how they've taken our freedom. Every individual is greater than any government. The government is based on fear and force. You don't have to take my word for it. The second president of the United States, John Adams, said, of course the government is based on fear. And the first president, George Washington, said, government is not reason, it is force. Whenever the government wants something, it scares us.
IRS.
During the Civil War, Lincoln tried civilians in this state where no battles occurred by military tribunal. After he died, the Supreme Court invalidated everything the military tribunals did. During the First World War, the Wilson administration locked up 2,000 people and called them anarchists. Same thing as enemy combatant. No trial, no charge, just jail for the duration of the war. In World War II, FDR locked up 150,000 Japanese Americans, people born in the United States, who got no trial and had no charges, and when the war was over were given $25 and told to go home. The government hates freedom. It is an obstacle to every one of their designs. Whenever they write laws, whenever they take your tax dollars, whenever they regulate your private behavior, whenever they tell you how to spend your money, whenever they tell you what medicines to take, whenever they tell you what food to eat, whenever they tell you with whom you may or must associate, they are taking away your freedom, and they love to get away with it. Very few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its maximum hour of danger. This is that moment, and you are that generation, and now is that time to defend our freedoms.